Won't you take me back to Tennessee?
The award-winning Tennessee WildCast is on the air with the latest info about hunting, fishing, boating, wildlife watching, and all things outdoors. This episode is brought to you by GSM Outdoors, whose vision is to preserve the sportsman's legacy, fuel innovation, and enable the next generation of outdoor enthusiasts. Think outside. That's where you'll find us. Now, make welcome your host, Jason Harmon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee WildCast. We're glad you're tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We got an awesome show lined up for you today, and we are knee-deep in the Feather to Fork
We sure are.
event here at Sawbriar, and we're here in their lodge today, and hosting us is Fred and Rhonda Moody, and we appreciate them being our guests.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're glad y'all are here, and we're having a great time at this event, and we're going to learn all about it today.
Rhonda's one of our bosses, you know.
Yeah, I got to be on my best behavior.
Being on that commission, you know, the Tennessee Wildlife Resources, the Fish and Wildlife Commission, TFWC.
There you go.
We appreciate Rhonda's expertise and her time she's spent contributing to the well-being of our agency, really.
Your all's
on the
hard
governing
work.
board.
Your all's hard work makes our job easy.
All right, well, that's good. That's what we love to hear that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all's passion for the outdoors. All our commissioners and commissioner spouses that are heavily involved as well.
It's an all-in family deal, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody's in for the ride.
Yeah, that's
on
right.
board, so
It's a lot of fun.
yeah.
It's a lot of
It
fun.
is fun.
If you love the outdoors, can play that part, just that small part. It's a bit. I say small part. It's a huge part, really. I mean, what commissioners do for the agency and for their constituents in their areas.
Yeah, that's right.
We really appreciate it. But yeah, so let's dive in a little bit and introduce our guests, and then we'll dive into all about Feather to Fork and what we're doing here today. But I guess we'll start with Rhonda, ladies first.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Rhonda, your background in the outdoors and that kind of thing.
So I truly grew up in the outdoors. Small town, you're just surrounded by it. You can't help it.
Right.
And you don't realize it until you get out and you move to a city and you realize you're not in it.
Uh-huh.
You don't realize you're in it, but you quickly realize when you're not in it.
Yeah.
And that happened to me. And moving around a little bit, just going to college and everything, couldn't wait to get back to get outside and be able to sit on my porch and do the things that I enjoy. Fred will tell you about watching the squirrels of a morning, just sitting on the porch having coffee and went to school, did the whole, this is going to be my career.
Uh-huh.
And I've gone everywhere, which it's been great. I've been very blessed to be very diverse, but I always felt grounded and rooted, something outside, more, a lot of my friends, tomboyish type deal. That used to be a bad thing. I don't care. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It has changed with age that now I am proud to be a woman in the outdoors, and I'm proud to be a mentor to these younger women that need to be outside,
Right.
To find their place and not feel awkward. So just like why we're here today, Feather to Fork, it's high school students and getting them outside and recruitment and showing them what they can do, and it's okay to be a woman and shoot a gun.
We've seen a lot of that so far today.
Yeah, it's been a great day.
Yeah, it's been fun. We're going to do a series of shows while we're here, and you're going to hear from the director of schools and one of the students that participated today. So that'll be fun, and another special show coming down the pike. We'll let you keep thinking about that. But yeah, it's been a great day, and I really appreciate what y'all are doing for these kids. And Fred, you're an alumni from York Institute, right?
I am.
So if we haven't said it yet, York Institute is that school is who's involved with the event today and
Correct.
who it's all for, I guess. And but anyway, tell us a bit about your background growing up right here in the area.
Yep, I was born and raised in Allert, which is technically the mailing address here, even though it's technically Lower Armithwaite, which I'm very proud of. We're on the very, very eastern side of Fentress County, and I just love this area. I don't want to go anywhere. This is where I hope I someday, when I'm very old, fall over out here bird hunting, and I hope that's the way it works out for me if I'm blessed enough. But yeah, 89 I think was the year I graduated from YAI All Hail, so to speak, and it's a great school, and now I'm got a little bit of an avenue in which to maybe give back just a little bit.
Yeah, well, let's jump into that. How did this Feather to Fork program get started, and that partnership with Sawbriar and the York Institute? How did that all come about?
Well, to make it real short and sweet, they were trying to do a lot of improvements on their ag campus. Now, you have to understand that York has probably one of the largest land, if not the largest, land-based high school in potentially the world, but it definitely in the state of Tennessee and probably in the United States. So it was designed around agriculture. For a long time, they forgot that. They forgot agriculture part of it. But in recent years, that has been changed. And so when, I started hearing things about how the school was doing lots of big things with their ag program, I was happy to hear about that. And then I got kind of some information that they wanted to do a little business proposition with us as far as maybe raising some of the birds that we use here at the hunting lodge. And I thought, man, that's only going to be a few $1,000s, for their work and stuff. That's not going to make a big impact for them. So, I have a bit of insomnia occasionally. So, lay awake one night, and I started kind of putting together a little bit of an idea. How can we not only raise money for their agriculture program, and their agriculture program is what I want to concentrate on. That's where all this money goes into their ag program. But, and get some notoriety for them and me, but, for them for sure, let people know what they're doing, because, you can do really, really great things, but if no one knows about it, then what, I hate to say it doesn't do anything, but, when you start talking about trying to get funding and things of that nature at a state level or even at a county level, you've got to let people know what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the reason that I kind of proposed to them that we did a hunt and, sell the hunts to, some of our current customers and others, and try to also promote hunting to the younger people in the county and to their students that they had out there, because not only am I wanting, I like farming. Agriculture is a big part of this county and this state. So promote agriculture, but also agriculture and hunting and fishing go together.
Yep.
Farm ponds, places to go hunt, all that goes in together. So, how can I promote that? So as my insomnia worsened, we kept getting into more and more ideas and things. So it eventually developed into what you see now is where I have a game fair, career fair day out here. So, maybe they can come around and look at, what the University of Tennessee has to offer, what Tennessee Tech has to offer, what other businesses and agencies have to offer, that's something that you might pursue as a career. But there's been a big gap, in my experience, on young adults on knowing about particularly small game hunting. Everybody goes after deer and turkey, but what about quail? What about squirrels? What about rabbits? So, I'm trying to promote small game as well. And so, I have a situation here where we can promote that directly. And, for them to actually raise those birds so they have that, it's a different agriculture product where you can grow some things, and sell to people like me and you don't have to have 1,000 acres. You could have 50 acres. So it's an agriculture product at the same time. Try to melt all those in together and see how things can actually work together instead of working apart. And so I think we've got pretty good footing on that, so to speak. So, we actually have, professionals out here that are walking side by side with a young adult, instructing on hunting, instructing on gun safety, and also talking to them about their career long term and giving them some advice. And it seems to be really coming together for that. I actually had a couple people today come and tell me that what we were trying to achieve out there in the field with those students and talking to them about their careers and teaching them about hunting and gun safety and stuff, one guy said, this is working. And he was very, very in my face about it. So I think we're getting a little bit of headway with that. And I'm hoping that, really, if you want to know the truth, grandiose ideas, I'm hoping other schools might somehow try to develop something along these lines. Maybe it's not exactly this way, but get the school and their ag programs or whatever it may be, and get out there and work with people like myself that either do hunting and fishing and some things of that nature, and see if we can't blend those together and get people back out into the field hunting and fishing and turn this little downtrend of not knowing what to do and being uncomfortable with it. And like you said, getting more girls involved, because there's girls and boys both hunting, so I've actually had several girls that seem to get probably as more excited about it than the boys do.
I think this is the ultimate career fair. I'd love to be.
Oh yeah,
I would love to have had this when I was a kid. Opportunity to do something like this, because these kids get to live with these birds for however long it takes to raise them up and suitable for releasing. And they went out and put the birds out this morning and got to be a part of the whole
circle.
How this all went down. And
they start with chicks, and then today they were actually cleaning the birds. And so it's literally from start to finish, feather to fork.
That's awesome.
Hey, for the benefit of those listening on the podcast or the radio, I just have to describe Fred's hat. He's got a purple hat on. That's school color, purple. And it says, "Make agriculture great again." I love that hat.
I like it too. It looks good on it.
Yeah, and that was the sentiment of Sergeant York, wasn't it?
Yes,
I mean, when he had a vision of starting a school and educating kids from this area, ag was front and center.
That's right. It was
his mission.
It was one of his primary components to the in promoting that school and getting it going. That's the reason it's York Agricultural Institute.
Yeah,
ag was in there, and it was in your face, and that's the way it still should be.
Well, this is the third year, correct?
Third year.
We're in the third year of this program, and it seems to be going well. This is the first time I've got to attend, so I'm excited that I got to be here and experience it. Like I said, I think it was great. It was great to see all these kids out here doing this. But what's one of the most rewarding things that you've seen out of this program since y'all started it? What stands out to you?
The excitement from the kids. So like Fred mentioned, they had started building back the ag program and their CTE component of schools, and they had a limited enrollment. It was just minimal people because kids didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
they didn't want to farm. They didn't want to have to go and inseminate cattle, because they do, and they raise turkeys and obviously the pheasants and different things. That was work. And they were not interested. And then the first year that we had this, the next year they maxed out. on kids wanting into the program. Oh, we want to do that. We want to be able to go to Feather to Fork. That's what it was about at that time. A day out of school to get to go hunt.
So
we want to do
earn
that.
their way to this.
They do earn their way to be able to hunt. So at first, it kind of appeared like it might be, oh, it's a way to get out of school. Hey, these kids love it. And the passion, they are raising pheasants over their summer break.
Oh, wow.
They take turnabout and come and check on the farm. I mean, just because they're out of school for the summer doesn't mean
Somebody's
that
got to feed the pheasants.
That's right. They're still animals on the farm. And so the excitement that this community and those students have built around this program has been phenomenal. And like Fred mentioned, people are saying this works. This is making an impact. This is great what you're doing. And it's not me and it's not Fred. It takes a village, and it truly does. This whole community is getting behind this and trying to show the students that there's alternate forms of agriculture. So to Fred's point, you don't have to have 100 acres and run a feedlot or whatever. You can do this very small scale. But also the mentorship portion of it, where they're out in the field with pipeline contractors and coaches and people of all walks of life that they have that one-on-one time with. That they can talk and see, this was the path that I chose, and this is where I am, and what are your plans? And unfortunately, in today's society, our youth have trouble with words. They can text.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how, but they can put 10 fingers on a phone keyboard and text like crazy, but they can't talk to you. They will text you from across the table. And seeing these kids talk and get excited about it and jump to participate, hands down, that's the best thing that I've seen out of this.
Yeah,
is hope for the future.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that earlier today.
Definitely. Well, and you mentioned the partners, a few of them, the universities that were here, the agency, TWRA was here, State Parks was here, State Troopers, but even like a guy out there forging a knife, and welders and things like that. So a lot of partners, a lot of sponsorships. Tell us, give those folks a shout out, and then your big superstar that was here today, Mr. Philip Fulmer. It was great to see him here today with the kids out there hunting with them and having a good time.
Yeah, he's been Coach Fulmer has been very, very supportive and very, very giving of his time for this event. It really helps to have a celebrity at these events, and me and Coach Fulmer's talked several times that he says we need to find us a younger celebrity to make the kids happier. All of us old folks, so to speak, are tickled to death that he's here, but he's like, I'll be back, but we need to get you somebody that the kids think's cool, not
I saw plenty of kids doing selfies with him today out there. That's pretty cool.
But he's been extremely giving of his time. It's really humbling that he'll come here and spend the night with us, and he's a great guy that I've gotten to know pretty good over the last few years with him hunting and stuff here. But the amount of time that he gives for this is astronomical. So I can't thank him enough, to be honest with you, because he really does bring a lot to the program overall. But that we had a lot of vendors, so to speak, out here. A lot of local folks, and then a lot of folks come from out of town. I'm going to forget somebody if I start listing them and stuff. But forging knives, all kinds of NRCS folks and drone people demonstrating what they do for a living, and how it can. I have a guy that was here today, and he sprays my ponds for weeds. You cannot get a pond sprayed any better and any easier and any faster than with a drone. I'm like, if there's ever been a good use for a drone, it's spraying a pond.
I can see that, yeah.
You try to go around the pond on a four-wheeler with a spray rig, and you're going to drown at some point. And I've almost done it, so hats off to the drone on that one. But, a lot of those folks come in and, folks teaching fly casting and showing fly fishing gear and, not only just introducing them to just fishing like TWRA has with their, in the pond and things with regular spinning gear and stuff like that. But a lot of people's not had the opportunity to experience a fly rod. So, you've got some really high quality fly rods out there and they're learning how to cast and they're getting professional instruction for those type of things. So all those things contribute. If I get one fly fisherman and one bird hunter out of all today, then I think I've been successful.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the R3 aspect going on as well as the career and opportunities in the future for these kids. I think it's great. It's a good mix, good combination.
Yeah.
So where do you see Feather to Fork going in the future? How can it get any better? I know it can, but anything coming down the pike that you see for next year or I know you said you'd hope to see schools expand and do this too, other schools, but
that's where I'm hoping that it'll expand because we've got a unique situation here with York and with me being in the county and having a upland bird hunting lodge. But there's other ways of doing this with other schools that don't have the same resources and maybe someone that doesn't have the same setup as me. But there's all kinds of hunting and fishing opportunities out there and can combine that in with. Maybe it's not agriculture. Maybe you combine it in with some kind of engineering type thing.
Sure.
So whatever that may be, each county or school will have to kind of think about how they can develop that. But you can take a day and have, community leaders and things all come together and bring students out and have a one-on-one in a non-confrontational manner. I mean, let's face it, that's the reason a lot of companies go somewhere and go hunting, fishing, or play golf. Mm-hmm. It's so you can have a relaxed conversation. Those students, this is not a teacher standing in front of them lecturing. They're actually able to communicate on one-on-one. I think that can be very, very beneficial in a lot of situations.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, I want to switch gears just a little bit and learn a little bit more about you guys. And the hospitality industry has become your lives, I believe. And you're still a veterinarian and have a full-time job. And I guess you're in the hospitality side full-time now. But tell us a little bit about the winery that's out there. You've got Sawbriar, the lodge here, but then you also have a new brewery. Tell folks about what all y'all have gotten into and how that's kind of just blown up.
We have our fingers in a lot of pies. So yes, Fred still holds down his real job, as we call it, as a veterinarian, and it is gone 3 days a week for that. And I'm still part-time in my real job as an insurance producer.
Okay.
So that on top of we own actually the oldest winery in the state, Highland Manor Winery. And that we produce 100% of our wines on site. So we've owned that now for almost 10 years. So that was a jump into kind of retail and public and hospitality. At the time, it was a great marriage with our hunting season that is predominantly a wintertime sport. And then the winery was busy in the summertime. So, okay, let's marry these two and make it a year-round thing. And then we changed the winery a little bit, and the winery became year-round. And then we've grown the lodge, and so the lodge is a lot of work year-round. So, but it's been good. So we do see a lot of public people coming through. We introduced kind of through a resort status, we decided to diversify a little bit because not everybody's a wine drinker. Mm-hmm. And so we opened a brewery tap room on site at the winery. So now in addition to being Tennessee's oldest winery, we also have a variety of Tennessee craft beers on site.
Nice.
And we have live music every weekend, and we have a bingo actually tonight meeting out there and it's a charity event, and they come in and they take care of that. We even have a sewing group that meets every Thursday night at the brewery.
Some beautiful quilts.
So we have a lot of fun, but it's something for the community. And giving people something to do. Not any different than it is at the hunting lodge, not any different than it is feather to fork, trying to give people an avenue to have a hobby and find something to do. So we do that. So I think we're up to about 7 full-time jobs between us.
I can vouch for the pizza quality. It's excellent. Very good.
Thank you. Yeah, we do. We added wood-fired pizza and wings. We do pretty neat setup on our chicken wings out there. People love it. People come from other counties, and we've made it more of a destination. We needed that in this community, and it's family friendly. From time to time, we'll look out there and because we have a massive yard out from the brewery, we'll look out and there'll be more kids out there than there are adults because they can sit up there and have their dinner and relax, and they can watch their kids run. And sometimes the kids don't have room to run. It's like a park. So we do have our fingers in a lot of pies, but it's a lot of fun.
And you do draw from a pretty wide range around, because there was a young lady there last night from Scotland.
Linda.
Came over to the table and introduced herself, and so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, I think that's great.
The accent gave her away.
Yes. She's been in Fentress County actually for almost 40 years, I think she told me.
You'd think that accent would fade
a
little.
She has held on to it. She has held on to every lick of her accent.
Well, I think y'all are doing an awesome job here with Sawbriar and the winery and the brewery and things that affect the community and really impact the community in a great way, and gives folks a place to go and places to work and things like that. So it's y'all are doing good work, and I appreciate what you're doing for these kids and York Institute, and it's been a fun day today.
Yeah, it sure has been. Yeah.
We've had a lot of fun, and I want to thank y'all for coming out and being part of it, because it's something until you experience it, it's hard to describe.
Yeah, you're right.
We're blessed to be able to do it.
Yeah. And TWRA has been very intricate at helping us build this program, because what they're bringing to the table and the staff and the resources that they have, there's no one else that can really do that, between the fishing and everything. So it's really worked out very well for a partnership. And then, you must be getting pretty desperate for somebody to talk to here. So we're very pleased that you'll spend some time with us as well.
Oh, I appreciate the hospitality. It's been a great time visiting with you guys, and it's been fun today. Well, this is Tennessee WildCast. Don, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for all y'all do.
Thanks again to the Moody's. And just keep coming back, keep watching, keep listening, and visit our website, check out all that we have to offer, and get out there and hunt and fish and enjoy the great outdoors here in Tennessee. We'll see you next time.
Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org. And follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram. You can invest in Tennessee's wildlife future by purchasing a license at GoOutdoorsTennessee.com. That's GoOutdoorsTennessee.com.